This is a big deal for adoptive families in Illinois. And briefly, I'm going to tell you what it does. 3 main things. It simplifies the readoption process. When families who have adopted children overseas, those have become final, yet there is a process of readoption in Illinois to provide more documentation of the status of those children. This process is being streamlined. It is going to be cheaper. There are fewer steps for families to take. The second portion is one that addresses the overreach of DCFS over the years. It eliminates the inter-country adoption coordinator because it is now a duplication of something called the Inter-Country Adoption Universal Accreditation Act passed by Congress, which regulates all international adoptions. Unfortunately, the practice in Illinois has been to make the process more difficult. Mrs. McClelland often carries the photo of a child that she and her husband wish to adopt. They sought to adopt 2 children from Russia. DCFS says, we'll let you adopt one of the boys, but not the other. You may be interested in knowing what happened to that other boy. He's, I believe, 12 years old. His name is Andre, and he's still sitting in that orphanage in Russia and will probably be put on the street shortly. We have to make these corrections for families that want to reach out and give these children homes. The third thing it does is requires DCFS to continue offering post-adoption services for these circumstances. This is a long time coming. I know most of you have no connection to adoption, but there are hundreds and hundreds and thousands of families in this state who will benefit from changing this law. It will make it easier for families to adopt internationally. And let's really be realistic. It's all about the kids. Our goal is to provide loving, secure homes for children. This bill will go a long way to do that. I ask for your support. I ask you to open your heart and allow families who want to do so to adopt children and to make that process easier. Thank you very much.
There are a lot of people who are adopting internationally who get hung up in the state of Illinois in particular because it's a law that only exists, or a position that only exists in the state, who get hung up with being approved by their agency, by their home study agency, and then not, being held up. It could either be a delay in the process or being told no. As in our case, we were told no, that we could not adopt this child, and that we could only adopt the younger brother. And it was for reasons that didn't make any sense, and there are a lot of cases out there like this. And so it would simplify the process. It would allow more children to come home to safe families that were approved by immigration and don't need the duplication of DCFS getting involved at the state level.
This bill will change a lot of, it'll take a lot of the grief out of the process when you're dealing with the state of Illinois, especially when it comes to DCFS. It's a frustration that every family has had to go through in the past, and it's time wasted. It feels like time robbed from your child when you have to wait for, there's so many waiting steps in the game of international adoption, but this one step can be eliminated, and I think it's a great thing that happened today.